1 year ago, I was fat, I felt like crap, I probably looked even worse, and I was just generally very unhappy with my health. I felt like I needed to make some changes, and this is a very common story, so that's probably why you're watching. You can relate. There are already a million videos on social media of people moving from fat to fit. What's different about this story today? This story is mine. In the past year, I've lost about 50 pounds, and I can say that there's a lot more to it than just calories in versus calories out. Every single person's health and fitness journey is personal. So what we're gonna do today is go through every single thing that I did and didn't do to get in the best shape of my life at the age of 40. Let's do it. The most impactful and obvious thing that I did to fix my physical health was to first ensure that I was mentally healthy. I'm not gonna bore you with all the personal details and issues that I've had in my life. I've done that before on this channel, and I don't need to do it again. Some of the previous years, starting from maybe even the COVID years and up through last year, they were challenging to me, and because of those challenges, I wasn't really focused on my physical health. I do not mean to downplay anybody else's mental health issues. When I say that, it's so easy to fix your mental health, I wasn't clinically depressed, anything like that. But for me, I just had to kind of fix my environment. We're going to talk about that in a bit, and surround myself with people who care for me and love for me and want to see me be the best possible version of myself that I can be. I'm not here to tell you that you should cut off your family or your friends or break up with your partner or anything like that. But I will say that you're the only person who truly cares for yourself and your own well-being. Obviously, you have people who love you and care for you. You're the only person who really is looking out for yourself ultimately. And so it's very important that you do look after yourself and try to surround yourself with people who actually do care for you and don't constantly try to sabotage you and your life in all aspects, not just your health. For me, my first step to a healthier body was a healthier mind. One of the things I did to get a healthier mind was, number 2, move to Thailand. I say this is kind of a joke. Obviously, not everybody can move to Thailand, and moving to Thailand is not gonna solve every single person's problems like it did mine. And even moving to Thailand didn't solve all of my problems, and it's not why my problems were solved in the first place. But I cannot overemphasize enough that for me, just being in a place that is conducive to good, healthy habits, not just exercise or your dietary habits, things like that, but a place that, makes you feel good just to be there, that's vital to your well-being. It's vital to mine. Living in Thailand encourages me to walk even more than I already do. It encourages me to be outside. We don't have snow here. We have good weather all year round. Even when it rains, it only rains for maybe an hour of the day. And you can still spend a lot of time outside under the sun and just feeling good about your environment and where you are. Being in Thailand, honestly, it makes me happy living here. I'm surrounded by good people. I can go to my Muay Thai gym and everybody's so friendly and supportive and encouraging. And it's just very different from other places that I've been in my life. Number 3, and of course this is closely intertwined with the first 2, is eliminate stress in your life. I basically have virtually zero stress, and it's amazing. You need to find a way to manage your stress. Obviously, most people have a job, and I don't really have that, which helps me out a ton in terms of stress. Living in Thailand also reduces your stress, having the sun, the weather, the pool, the gym, the Muay Thai, everything. Whatever your stress reduction plan looks like, again, it's very personal. But without stress, that leads to number 4, which is sleep, sleep, sleep. I did a lot of sleeping. I slept probably more than I ever have in my life. I slept so good. Now my sleeping habits look like this. Usually in bed by 10 p.m. Maybe 10:30 I'm asleep, and the next day I'm awake at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It just depends. I wake up whenever my body tells me it's time to wake up. I do not use an alarm clock. I have no responsibilities. So I just sleep when my body tells me to sleep. And then in the afternoon, of course, I usually take an afternoon nap if I feel like I need to. After recording this video, I'm gonna take a nap. Because why not, right? All the fitness influencers, all the gurus, they'll tell you sleep is vitally important to muscle recovery and just, better well-being. And it's true. I sleep like a baby and not the crying kind. I sleep so good. I can even see the impact of sleep so directly on my exercise and my workouts. I'll talk about workouts much later in this video, but just the few times when I got really poor sleep for whatever reason in the past year, I really felt the impact on my performance in Muay Thai or in the gym lifting weights. I could see how it affects my performance. So sleep is a hugely important component to being healthy mentally and physically. Get as much of it as you can. Sleep 10 hours if you can. I'm no doctor. The next is the first thing that I didn't do, and that's count calories. Instead, what I did for my diet plan is focus on mostly eating at home, eating whole foods, unprocessed foods. I don't buy packaged foods for the most part. I basically eat what you see every other influencer or fitness person on the internet eat, right? It's whole foods, chicken, steak, beef, eggs, stuff like that, vegetables, fruit. I didn't really worry about like sugars or calories. I didn't try to go into keto. I just focused on eating whole, healthy unprocessed foods. Here in Thailand, we have some amazing fruits and vegetables. I eat so many mangoes when they're in season. I eat durian, mangosteen, passion fruits, all kinds of fruits that are just so delicious and so good and ripe and just flavorful. And then when I did want to have, you know, a cheat meal or something, I don't really think about it like a cheat meal. Again, we'll talk about that later as well. But like if I don't have food in the house or I want to go eat outside for whatever reason, there's so much good food in Thailand. I didn't really think about it. Like it's not like I'm going and eating a giant pizza like I would in the States or somewhere else. If I go and eat some pad kra pao or pad kee mao or khao soy, flavorful, delicious foods, probably unhealthy, a lot of sugars and fried food, but not overly unhealthy. And only once or twice, you know, every few weeks, it's okay. So I wasn't counting my calories, is what I'm trying to say. I was just eating healthy food most of the time. What else didn't I do? Ozempic, Wegovy, testosterone, TRT, tren, any of that stuff you see online. This is an all natural body transformation, baby. So it might not be as extreme as some of the other ones you see, but there's other reasons for that as well, which we will also get to in a minute. Halftime. These things don't really fit necessarily in the categories we're talking about, but I want to bring them up anyway, because about a year ago, actually November 25th of last year, that's my birthday, I made a video on this channel where I said some of my goals for this year, my 40th year. One was to have visible abs for the first time, you know, get a six pack. Another one was to have a Muay Thai fight, a real Muay Thai fight. Today, I actually have a Muay Thai fight. It's going to be my third Muay Thai fight, my second pro or semi-pro. I'm getting paid for it slightly. The first one was amateur. Anyway, none of that's important. What's important is that I wanted to make this video that I'm making right now a month from today, you know, on my birthday. So see how my progress was over the course of the entire year. But I have a fight tonight. I may get injured, I may get hurt, so I'm recording this now just in case. Also, in the next month, I have some personal stuff coming up where I won't necessarily have as much time for training. This is probably going to be my peak physical form for the entire year right now. I don't necessarily have abs that are popping as much as I would like, but they're getting there. I've made some good progress. The other thing I wanted to say, you know, I was joking earlier that it's a natural transformation. It's not going to be as impressive as some of the other ones. The other thing that doesn't really fit in the categories is that I actually got hurt, I don't know, about 6 months ago now. I severely tore my hamstring doing Muay Thai, and so I was down for the count for like 2 months, which really hurt my progress. I gained weight back. I did start to feel a little bit depressed. I wouldn't say, not depressed, I just felt more down than, you know, I wasn't able to move, I wasn't able to exercise. So I ate more unhealthily, especially for the first couple of weeks when I couldn't even move at all. I couldn't walk. I had to order food in, eat takeout. It's not good. There was a dip that really stalled my progress for a while, but once I got healthy again, I was able to start losing weight, building muscle once again. And then the other thing, because I was focused on having Muay Thai fights, I wasn't necessarily focused on building huge muscles and gaining as much muscle as possible. I was more focused on functional, athletic ability, getting lean so that I could fight at lower weight classes, but also building muscle at the same time. So anyway, next thing that I didn't do was snacking. I am not a big snacker. I never have been. I'm not the person that goes to the store and buys chips and cookies and things like that. I do love chocolate. I eat probably too much chocolate, even still today, even now on this, you know, diet. Sometimes I still will go and buy a chocolate, but I don't really spend my time sitting around the house eating chips and things like that. So I didn't do any snacking. That was easy for me. I know a lot of people struggle with that. Another thing I didn't do was drink my calories. I stopped drinking soda, which is, I would have thought it would have been harder for me, but it wasn't that hard. I used to drink a lot of soda. Can't remember the last soda I've had now. Maybe I could have, I thought hard enough about it. But maybe a bigger issue is here in Thailand is I love Thai tea and all the sweet drinks out here. So every once in a while I will indulge, I'll have a sweet drink, or every once in a while I may have a latte if I'm outside, but if I'm having coffee at home, it's just black coffee, and then everything else is just water. Or if I do want something with some flavor, I might get a passion fruit and cut it in half and put it in a soda water, which is basically like having a soda, but without any corn syrup or added sugar or anything like that. It's the same thing. It hits a spot. So those are my few little vices. So mostly don't drink calories. We've made it all this way without talking about exercise very much. So one thing I did do was exercise, but to me, exercise is not the most important thing, because even at my fattest, even when I was over 100 kilograms, I was still exercising. Even the last 5-6 years since I've had a watch that can track my fitness, every year I average more than 10,000 steps a day, which is supposedly the gold standard for staying in shape. And my cardiovascular health has always been good. I have low blood pressure, things like that. But walking 10,000 or even 15,000 steps every single day for years didn't help me cut fat, didn't help me be in good shape, didn't help me be strong and muscular, like some of the people tell you online. 10,000 steps a day is not enough. So what was my exercise routine like? Essentially, I'd wake up in the morning, have my coffee, and then go to the gym inside my condo, which is not a really very well-equipped gym. It has dumbbells, which are fine, it has treadmills. I usually do cardio in there for about 30 to 40 minutes, usually steep incline walking, try to get my heart rate up 3 times a week, do workout with dumbbells, or we also have a few machines like a lateral pull down, incline bench machine. So we have a few things we can do, not great, but like I said before, I wasn't really focused necessarily on building muscle, so it was fine. I was mostly focused on cutting the fat so I can be functional for Muay Thai. After going to the gym, I would go to the pool most days, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week. Swim 20 minutes. I'm not a good swimmer, I'm a horrible swimmer, but I feel like swimming gets me in the sun, which is great, and it's a good workout, they say. I feel like it helped. And then from there, I would go usually to do pull-ups. We do have a pull-up bar at the condo. So I would do pull-ups, as many as I could, pull-ups, chin-ups, leg raises, things like that, some calisthenics. From there, that's like, hour and a half of exercise. And then from there, I walk to the gym, Muay Thai. It's about 2 kilometers away, 20-ish minute walk. Do Muay Thai for an hour and a half, and Muay Thai workout looks like, jumping rope, a little bit of light jogging, warm-up stretches, some pad work, some bag work, some sparring, and you're done, and you walk back home. So every day I probably work out 3 or 4 hours a day on average, and then I have 1 day of rest per week where I don't go to Muay Thai because it's closed, and I just take it easy. I know some people will tell you that that's probably too much working out, but I think that for me, especially at my age, where I feel like if I take 2 or 3 days off in a row, I don't feel good. Like, I gotta keep this body moving, gotta keep it lubricated. Maybe every day I work out 2 hours instead of 3 or 4 hours is better, but the Muay Thai class is this long, and other things I wanna do, I wanna get sun, I wanna be in the pool, it's low impact. Things like that are fine. I think pull-ups are fine too, chin-ups. And then the cardio I think is important just for cutting the fat. Long story short is I do a lot of exercise, probably too much, and I do get more than 10,000 steps every single day still. But I feel like the steps are the least impactful thing that I do in terms of my fitness, because I've been taking 10,000 steps a day for years. The next thing I did do was take some supplements. These are the supplements I take. I can't really vouch for any of them. I'm not sponsored by any of them. I don't necessarily know why I took them, except for other people said you should take them. And so I did, and I think they worked for the most part. The last thing I did was, some people will say refeed or a cheat meal or a cheat day. I never really thought about it like that. Like when I'm here in Thailand and working out every day, I'm locked in. I basically eat the same stuff. I eat steaks and chickens like I talked about. But one of the great things about living in Thailand for me, and just having lived out here in Asia for so long, is just like being able to go to other places. Like I can go to China for a few days or for a week. And when I'm there, I don't really think about what I'm eating and what I'm drinking necessarily as much. I still try to be healthy, but I can just go and have other foods and hang out with friends, which is obviously extremely important. So catch up with people, enjoy life, and kind of forget about the fitness aspect of your life for a little while. Sometimes I am out there and I'm like, oh, I really want to go to Muay Thai. But at the same time, I'm so happy to see my friends and be eating this food. Then I come back and it works the same way as a cheat meal, I think, for me. Just being able to go and do some stuff, go to Malaysia, go to Indonesia, go to Singapore, go to Japan, go to Korea, do whatever. And only for a short time, and then come back and get right back into it and get right back locked into being healthy, eating the good food, the healthy food, and working out every single day. I feel like it's important to have hobbies, have things you're interested in, have friends, have things that you do besides focus on your health. I say that, but I've been so locked in for the past week or two, maybe even a month, where I'm I know I'm gonna fight again, have my hopefully final fight of all time, right? I don't wanna fight anymore. I just wanted to be able to say I did this. So yeah, I've been locked in. I haven't really been doing anything fun or eating anything good. All the food I eat is good. I eat steaks and stuff, it's good. You know what I mean. That's about it. That's everything I did and didn't do in order to get in the best shape of my life at the age of 40. A little over a year ago, I was about 100 kilograms. When I moved to Thailand, I was about 95 kilograms. On my birthday last year, when I made this video, was 92 kilograms. As of today, I'm fighting tonight at 70 kilograms. I am 5'11" or 179 centimeters tall. Essentially, I've lost 50 pounds in the last 11 months. Even more than that if you count my injury when I gained weight again and then lost more. I'm quite happy with the progress I've made. I have a bit of loose skin. I have some parts of my body I'm still not super happy with, but over the next year, I'm gonna continue to try to make some progress, and who knows, maybe I'll give another update in the future. Or maybe just see me on this channel in the future making other videos where I'm just super jacked. And you're like, wow, he really stuck to it. Or maybe I'm fat again, I don't know. Anyway, let's see ultimately where I'm at right now. Let's do it. No Ozempic, no Wegovy, no TRT, no Tren, nothing that. This is all natty, all natural, almost 1 year body transformation. A lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and I've lost about 50 pounds. So let's do it. There's still a lot more progress to be made.